Namaste, welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. Please find a comfortable seat. And as always, that means comfortable to you. So if you need to put a blanket under your buttocks to lift your hips up, or sit on even a chair or a stool or a block, that's perfectly fine. Your legs can be either folded under or sit cross-legged. Let your hands rest comfortably on top of your knees and just take your awareness to your neck and shoulders. Make sure that they're not lifting up to the ears. So a lot of times I find myself when I'm working on my computer, the shoulders tend to come up quite a bit. Let the shoulders down your back so you feel a sense of release and relaxation in the shoulders and the neck. And then if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, just keep a soft gaze looking just in front of you. And take your awareness to your breath. So just notice your natural inhales and exhales. It's always a good practice to become aware of the current mood and the current state of being before moving or advancing. So just kind of notice what your mood is, what your thoughts are, what your sensations are in your body. And then from that place, you can begin to lengthen the exhalation. So inhale through the nose. And then exhale, open your mouth and exhale, long exhale out. These long exhalations really allow you to relax a little bit more. So inhale through the nose. And you can even sigh it out, exhale it out. And one more time, inhale. And exhale it out. And then just pause in here in this meditation pose. Bring your chin to your chest. Notice the tension, if there's any tension in the back of your neck. We're going to just kind of draw a smiley face on the floor in front of you. So just kind of wave your head side to side. Maybe noticing if one side of your neck is a little bit tighter than the other side. If you want to pause anywhere, feel free to stop and just kind of let that side of your neck stretch. And then lift your head back up to the center. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Notice that right shoulder wants to come up. Let the shoulder stay down. And then bring your head back to the center. Drop your right ear to the right shoulder. And then back up to the center. Turn your head to the right. So the chin stays parallel to the floor. You're just taking your chin to the right. Bring it back to the center. Turn your head to the left. Good. So all these neck muscles get so tight. Come back to the center. Let's do that one more round. Drop your chin to your chest. Little smiley face in front of you. Side to side motion with the neck. And then lift the head back up. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Let that right shoulder stay down. Come back to the center, right ear to the right shoulder, let the left shoulder stay down. And then look straight ahead, turn your head to one side, and turn your head to the other side. Very nice. And then bring your head back to the center, take your hands behind you. You don't need to interlace the fingers, but just let the back of your head rest in your hands. Let the elbows become really wide as you lift the chest up. Let the head rest in your hands. And instead of going back, think about lifting up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows together. Maybe they touch. Begin to round the back. Let the chin drop. Inhale, lift the heart as you open the elbows wide out to the side. Stretch out your chest and the neck. And then exhale, drop the chin forward. So you're doing these kind of little cat-cows in a seated position. But what's beautiful about this is actually you can open the heart a little bit more than the regular cat-cows on hands and knees. And then exhale, bring the elbows together, round the back. Let's do that one more time. Really go through the entire motion. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Lift the heart up. Let the elbows go wide out to the side. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows towards each other as you bow forward, round the back. Feel that beautiful stretch in the neck and the back. Lift the heart up. Keep your hands exactly where they are, almost like you're doing a little bit of a crunch, except we're going to crunch to the left. So you're going to take the left elbow towards your left hip, lift the right elbow up towards the sky, and then come back to the center and take the right elbow towards the right hip. Good. And as you're doing this side to side, notice that the opposite hip, so as I'm going to the left, my right hip wants to come off the ground. Really ground that right hip down. Don't let the right hip come up. And then center and take your right elbow to the right hip. Lift the left elbow up. Good, good, good. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold to the left. Right elbow lifts up. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold to the right. Left elbow lifts up. And then come back to the center. Elbows out in cactus. Twist to the right and left. And then we're going to speed this up a little bit. So we want to warm up the upper back. As you notice, your hips are staying forward. So you're not twisting in the low back. Keep the hips neutral. All you're doing is twisting the upper back. And you can go a little bit faster. So almost with your breath. You can inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So building a little heat in your body right here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it all the way back to the center. Stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see me better. Put the feet flat on the floor so your hips are on your mat or on your block or wherever you're sitting. Take the hands behind you again. Lift the chest up. As you exhale this time, begin to do a little crunch, a seated crunch. So pull the belly in, round the back. Maybe your elbows touch the knees. If they don't, that's fine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, little seated crunch. So really pull the belly in as you're doing this. This is really wonderful way of doing a crunch without hurting your neck. Pull the belly in, round the back. Contract, so you're extending the belly, extending the abdominal muscles, and then really contract, especially the transverse abdominals, the lower belly. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the back. Put your feet flat on the floor. Press the base of the big toes on the floor. Make sure the toes are not coming up. So really press the toes down. Exhale, round. 2 more rounds. Inhale, lift. Exhale, belly and round the back. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, belly and round the back. Very nice. And then sit up, please. I'm going to take whatever you're sitting on, put it to the side. And we're going to come all the way down on our backs. Bring our knees to your chest, Rock a little bit side to side here. And then we're going to interlace our fingers around the right knee as we extend the left leg out. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift the head and shoulders up. Exhale here. Pause here. Bring your chin to your chest. If this bothers your neck, feel free to put one of your hands behind your neck and support your head. And then lower the head and shoulders down. Bring the left knee to your chest. Extend the right leg straight. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Maybe the knee touches the forehead or chin. Maybe it doesn't. That's fine. Inhale, come all the way back. Right knee to your chest, extend the left leg out. That left heel can always come down on the floor if you need to. Exhale and lift. Inhale and switch. Exhale and lift. Inhale, switch. Exhale and lift. Inhale, switch. Exhale and lift. And then bring both knees to your chest. Let the head and shoulders rest. Happy baby pose. Grab outside edges of both feet. As you bring the knees closer to your armpits, you can rock a little bit side to side. What a great way to stretch out the low back. And then come back to the center. Bend the left knee deep. Extend the right leg out. So you get a nice stretch in that right hamstring. Bend the right knee deep and extend the left leg. Good. And again, switch side. Just extend one leg as the other knee is bent. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. And then bring both knees to your chest. Take your hands to your hamstrings. Extend the legs straight up towards the sky. Now we're going to take our hands, put our hands flat on the floor, lift your hips up an inch, and then slide the hands underneath your buttocks. So you're kind of creating a little stable foundation for the hips. Point the toes, and then we're just going to press the hands down as we just lift the hips up an inch off the ground. So try and go up towards the ceiling instead of coming overhead. We're not going into plow, we're going straight up towards the sky. This really activates all those transverse abdominal muscles, the lower belly. So as you press, take a nice deep breath in, exhale, push your hands down, lift your hips up. It doesn't need to come up that high. Inhale, maybe just the tailbone comes up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Really micro movements here. Inhale and exhale. Just really focus on your breath as you exhale. Lift. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. And then bend the knees. Press the knees out away from your shoulders so that you have a 90 degree in the knees, 90 degrees in the hips. Take your hands behind your head once again. The fingers don't need to lace up. Extend the left leg and then bring the left shoulder towards your right knee. Bring the knees back towards the center. Extend the right leg. Pick up the right shoulder and twist to the left. So we're doing this very slowly and mindfully. Inhale, center. Exhale, left leg straight and twist to the right. Inhale, center. And if you notice, I'm not really lowering that extended leg that much. I'm just straightening it and sending the toes towards the opposite wall. Inhale, center. Exhale, extend. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Last one. Inhale, come back to the center. Lower the head and shoulders down. Exhale, extend the left leg out as you twist to the right. And then bring everything back to the center. Hug the knees in. Let your knees drop over to the left. Stretch out your right side, lower body. Maybe extend the right arm up. And then drop your knees over to the right. Extend the left arm up. And then come back to the center. Put your feet flat on your mat, please. Bring the heels a little bit closer to your buttocks. Hands, arms next to your hands, palms down. Press through the bottom of both feet to lift the hips up. And then you're just going to lift the left heel off the ground. And as you lift the left heel off the ground, really press through the bottom of that foot, the right foot. So we're just going to do little bridge pulses here. You're just going to pulse the hips up and lower. Pulse the hip up and lower. We really want to activate the hamstring on the right side, the right leg, as well as the glutes and the back in this pose, in this movement. So really press the bottom of the right foot down as much as you can. And just lower and lift the hip up for 3 more, and 2, and last one. Now hold the hip up here. You're going to try and lift that left leg up, left foot up, and then take that left ankle on top of the right knee. And then we're going to continue with those pulses up. So really press through the bottom of the right foot. You're feeling that right hamstring really light up here. And as you inhale, press and lift up for 3 more. And 2, if you take your hand to your right cheek, you know that cheek is working hard. And last one, very nice. And then lower the hips down. Bring your knees to your chest. Interlace the fingers around the right hamstring and rock a little bit side to side. So we're going to repeat that whole sequence on the left side. You know where we're going. Whenever you're ready, lower the right foot down, lower the left foot down. Bring the heels a little bit closer to your buttocks. Press through the bottom of both feet. Lift the hips up. And once you lift the hips up, lift that right heel off the ground. And then all we're doing is just releasing the cheeks and then lifting them up. So release the buttocks and lift and press up. Release and lift. Release and lift. So it's not bouncing up and down, but really conscious movements. We're focusing on energizing the hamstring on that left leg as well as the glutes on that left leg. And lift. 3 more. And lift. 2 more. And hold the last one. Pick up the right toes off the ground. Bring that right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then continue with those pulses up towards the ceiling. And keep breathing. Nice and slow movements, really consciously pressing through the bottom of the left foot. And exhale. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. 3 more. And 2. Last one. And lift. And then nice and slowly lower the hips down. Bring the left knee to your chest. Interlace the fingers if that feels good. Rock a little bit side to side. Very nice. Good. So now as you lower the left foot down, lower the right foot down, but this time bring the feet close to each other. Press the inner ankles towards each other, inner edges of the feet. And then with your inhalation, lift the hips up as high as you can go. If you need to move the heels a little bit closer to your buttocks, that's perfectly fine. Open up your legs, lower the hips down. And then as you bring the knees back towards each other, you're going to lift the hips up a little bit more. So now we're incorporating the inner thighs as well. So lower the hips down, open up the legs to the side, and then press the knees together as you lift up the hips a little bit, the hips a little bit more. Inhale, lower, open the legs. Exhale, knees come together, lift the hips up as high as you can. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, lower the hips, open the legs. Exhale, squeeze the knees towards each other, lift the hips. Really great stuff for your hip mobility, inner thigh strength, core power here. Lift the hips up. Exhale, lower, open the hips, open the knees. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up, squeeze the knees towards each other. 3 more. So really, it's a really 3-part movement, right? Exhale, lift, squeeze the knees towards each other, drop the hips down, open the legs, and then bring the legs together and exhale, lift. 2 more. Drop the hips, open the knees, squeeze the knees, lift the hips. Last one. And lower, separate the knees, bring it in and lift the hips up. Now hold it here and then lift both heels off the ground. Take a nice deep breath in. Can you lift the hips up a little bit higher? And then exhale, lower the hips down, but now lift the toes off the ground. So come on your heels, press the heels down, lift the hips up. Hold it here for me for just a moment. Now you're going to walk the heels away from your hips so that the legs become a little bit more straight, and then walk the heels back towards you. I know you're feeling this in your hamstrings. I know I am. Walk the heels away. You can press your triceps down, help your hips lift up a little bit higher. Bring the heels closer. One last time, walk your heels away. Very nice. And then bring the heels closer to your buttocks and lower the hips down. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Great work. This is fantastic work for your hamstrings here. Bring the right knee to your chest. Let's stretch out that hamstring. So extend the right leg up. You can hold on to your hamstring, or if you're a little bit more flexible, maybe you can slide your hand up your calf towards your ankle. And take a nice deep breath here as you exhale. Lift the head and shoulders up. Draw the knee a little bit closer to your chest. Send some nice deep breaths into that back side of that leg. And then lower the head and shoulders down. Bend that right knee. Grab the outside edge of the right foot and take that right leg out to the right. If you like to, you can straighten the left leg and then extend that right leg out a little bit more. So that right leg doesn't need to come all the way to the floor. It can just stay out to the side. Make sure that left hip stays on the floor. And then inhale, come back to the center. Bend that right knee once again. Take your hand to the outside of the right ankle and then take that right leg all the way across your body. So here I only go as far as resting my elbow on the floor. And then that right arm can go out to the right. Nice deep breaths here. Exhale. And gently bring that right leg back in. Bend the right knee. Take that right knee all the way over to your chest. And as you're ready, put the right foot flat. Let's stretch out the left leg. Extend the left leg up. Your hands can rest, can grab your hamstring, or you can slide it up to your ankles. Take a nice deep breath here before you come up. And then as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Draw the leg a little bit closer to your chest. Get that nice deep stretch in the back of that leg. And as you exhale, release. Bend the left knee, grab the outside edge of that left foot, and then take that left leg out to the left to stretch out the inner thigh. If you like to, you can extend that right leg flat. Your right hip should stay on the floor though, so try not to go so far where the right hip comes up. Let your right hand guide that right hip down. And then gently we're going to take that left leg across the body. So keep that left knee bent. Take your right hand to the outside of the left ankle and then cross that left leg on the other side. And you can take your gaze over to the left if that feels good on your neck. Take the left arm out to the left. And come all the way back to the center again. Bring both knees to your chest and then bring the soles of your feet together, almost like you're clapping your feet together. Pick up your head and shoulders off the ground. Grab the outside edges of both feet. And you can just rock a little bit side to side here. And then lower the feet down so you're in this supine butterfly pose. Your knees are wide open to the side. Soles of your feet together. Your right hand can rest on your belly, left hand on your heart. And then just take a nice deep breath in. Feel your belly expand as you continue breathing. Feel your chest expand. And as you exhale, empty the belly first and then empty the chest. And do this again 3 more times. So this supine butterfly pose is really great for hip openers. It allows you to stretch the groin area, the outer inner thighs. One more deep breath in, feel the belly expand, and exhale. And then bring the knees towards each other, put the feet flat on the floor once again. Reach the arms overhead, stretch out the upper body. Take the elbows wide out to the side as like cactus, and then extend the right leg out and extend the left leg out. Now we're going to do some sort of a swimming motion here. So as you reach the arms straight up towards the sky, reach the toes away. And as you exhale, separate the legs away from each other as you bend the elbows out to the side. Inhale, reach and expand like you're doing a swimming on your back. Exhale and bring it in. So memorize this movement. And in a second, we're going to turn around and do this on our bellies. Okay? So I just wanted you to get that motion, the movement in your muscles. And then when you're ready, just roll all the way on your belly. And we're going to do that same exact movement except in our belly. So bring the forehead to the floor, reach the toes away from your hips, reach the arms in above your head. As you exhale, lift the head off the ground, bring the elbows out to the side, separate your legs wide apart from each other. Inhale, reach as you bring the legs close to each other, lower the forehead down. Exhale, lift and separate the legs. Inhale, reach and exhale. We can't do core work without doing our back. So this is your back portion of the core work here. And inhale, lift, elbows wide, legs are wide. Exhale, reach up as you bring the legs in it. Again, really squeezing the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift and exhale. Very nice. And then gently bring the elbows under your shoulders, Sphinx pose. So lift the chest up and let the hips soften. Press the forearms down, press the hands down, and stretch out all those abdominal muscles that you worked today. One more deep breath here as you exhale. Take it all the way back to child's pose. So bring the knees towards each other, or if you prefer, you can separate the knees away from each other, big toes together. And then let the head rest. And just pause here for a moment, stretch out all those back muscles. Breathe into your low back. Exhale, open your mouth and exhale it out. Just like we did at the beginning of the class. Inhale through the nose and exhale out. One more time. Inhale and exhale, and then gently press yourself all the way up back to a comfortable seat. Sit tall once again. You can sit on your blanket if you need to. Bring your hands to your heart center and bow down to yourself for creating this time and space to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.